Hi, Dyslexic Genius here, Brett Hurt. My phone number is 864-236-1680. In 1898, you walked in an Edison dealership, you plopped down a $20 gold piece, and you could buy this Edison Standard. This is called a two-clip machine. This is extremely early. It has one clip here, and it has another clip here to take the top off. This is called an open horn phonograph. Edison quit production of outside horn machines in 1913. This is extremely early in Edison. These were designed to sell to middle-class America. It has a wonderful slip-on crank with this design. This is lucky you have this because this is brass, and they painted them. They japanned these too. We were lucky enough when we found this Edison Standard that it came with the original brass horn. This is extremely rare find. What I have done back here, I'm going to talk about the casting here. You can see this knob, this knurling adjustment. The early ones came with a dual reproducer, then they went to the automatic. And the dual reproducer would be able to, you could shave it, you could shave down the cylinder, the brown wax at the time they were making. Well, I've taken my shaver off this. This is the next version of the shaver, and it mounts on this piece right here. It has the automatic reproducer, which are rare. Everything here is on this machine. They didn't stamp, they had these nickel-plated ID tags here, but the early Edisons, they had this raised up piece here and they stamped in the serial number. And I'm 16,336. They were built driven. The early production ones, did not have the gear cover and a lot of screws. They just kind of held them together. This has a single spring motor in them. They weren't bolted down. Very small spring barrel. And what's interesting about these, if we can get it on camera, is the castings are open right here. You can see the spring inside here. So you probably could grease it that way. And that's just the tiniest, cutest spring barrel I've ever seen in my whole life. And the drive pulley off the motor is extremely small. Wonderful little machines. These only played 2 minutes. The early machines had this banding right here on the cabinet, all the way around. That's how you could tell the early versions of the banding. The pinstriping, the hand painting pinstriping has worn away. I'd wear away too if I was this old. This is something to look at when you're out hunting for phonographs. You know, you're out hunting for phonographs, you go to an antique store, and they have a cute little brass horn like this. You go, I wonder if that fits an 1898 Edison Standard. These are just things to look at. This is a wonderful hobby. These come up all the time. And one interesting point about these standards, a majority of them I've seen have this crack. And you notice how it's perfectly straight. It's not jagged. Well, they had one piece of wood that they cut and milled out, and they nailed it to this cat, to the top, and they split like this because moisture and stuff, it just spreads out or something sat on it. And the other thing I want to say, and this is extremely important for all phonographs with a handle. Never, ever pick up your phonograph that has a handle like this and walk away. You're going to pick this up. You're going to have a rare Edison like this standard. You're going to pick this up and walk with it with a handle. And guess what? The bottom's going to fall on the ground and you're going to go, oops. When I first started collecting, that was one of the first things I was told by some collectors. Don't ever pick it up by the handle. You know, this is a lot of fun. I try to show everybody the ins and outs of these and what's cool. This one has the original beautiful handle, beautifully designed. You know, this is a lot of fun, and that's my tip for you.